Welcome back to Real Phonies, where we take a love for movies and television and combine it with very little knowledge about movies and television. I'm your host, Christian. Join me and my co-host, Joseph.
Yellow.
Ian.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Jehu.
I really like that dramatic pause you put in there for this, and you just let it hang there for a second.
You got a good radio voice.
Thank you. My dad has been in radio for like 50 years, so
Really?
I inherited it, I guess.
Okay.
Back all the way. Everyone's here. Joseph just hating on shit.
Joseph hates on everything. If you could just see his eyes right now. Hate with his eyes for no reason. I love it so much.
Ian, you got some news for us, buddy?
Yeah, so we're going to lead off with the saddest news of the week. Beloved Star Wars actor who played Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, passed away.
Very sad.
Yeah, you guys probably have more affinity. You guys are bigger Star Wars fans than me, so I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know as much as these guys probably do.
Yeah,
but,
you two specifically, I feel like, have thoughts.
But I know Peter Mayhew has had health issues for a long time.
I know he didn't in Force Awakens. He only played like the stand-up. He didn't play the running scenes with Chewbacca. He had bad knees, so I know he's been in bad health for a while. But
he hasn't really been able to walk unassisted for several years.
And he's been Chewbacca in everything other than that, right?
Up to Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, a lot of really tall nudes have bad knees, and I think his were like exceptionally bad. Yeah, it's a real bummer for me, you know? I mean, I don't know, like that guy's been part of probably the first thing I ever got into as a fan. And he seemed like a pretty cool dude. He seemed like he was always like good to fans and stuff. Although I do have a friend who met him one time, and this friend was so annoying that he even pissed off Peter. He met him like when he was in town for Pensacon, because he had Pensacon all the time. And I won't say this friend's name, but he's notable for being annoying. And he found him like on the street waiting for like an Uber or some shit. And he's like, "Oh man, I'm Lucas, blah 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 blah." And Peter Mayhew just said to him, "Just let me live my life."
Oh, God. I like him more now.
I like that even though it's your friend, you instantly know it's that guy's fault.
Oh, no, it was totally that guy's fault.
I like that, you know, he became a pretty cool character, even though he says, like, no, you know, one word, the
words,
whole, you know, inspiration for Groot, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I tell you one kind of, you know, not really fun, but I guess fun thing that happened with his death is, you know, gotten to the age where most of the people I know, when they post on the internet, it's just about shit where people died. So my buddy Zach puts up a picture of Peter Mayhew, you know, with the helmet off and the black eyeliner on and stuff like that. And some fucking know-it-all goon immediately came in and was like, "That's not Peter Mayhew, that's the guy from Solo." And I was so proud that like 50 of my friends came back with "No, that's Peter Mayhew on the set of Empire." Like, you know, and you know, I just wish if there's one message I could get across to the world, it's this: no one in the history of the whole thing has ever gotten a blowjob being a know-it-all on Facebook. Like, it's never happened and it never will.
Yeah, I don't
stop.
Know-it-alls on Facebook. I don't even acknowledge them.
If somebody posts the wrong picture or says the wrong quote, just let it fucking ride.
Yeah.
You know?
I deal with a business on Facebook, and there's a lot of that.
This has been life advice from Jason Hurd.
Moving on to happier news. Avengers made a fuck ton of money.
So much money.
Already the second biggest movie of all time behind Avatar. So it passed Titanic in, 11 days?
Something crazy like that.
2.18 billion or something. Something crazy.
600 million.
I didn't think it would make this much this quick. I don't think anyone did. It's like a fucking...
It took Avatar 47 days to hit $2 billion.
You know what? I'm also thinking, when we talked about it and maybe not making more money than Avatar, one of the things we said was, well, Avatar got all that 3D money. But prices go up every year, and I bet by now the regular ticket price is close to
it's pretty similar.
I read an article, they said it's gone up 20% since then. So yeah, that's we were texting about this, and I said no. After where it's at right now, I'd probably say yes. It probably is.
Yeah, it's entirely it's in striking distance.
It'll be interesting to see how Pikachu affects it this weekend, because it's the first competition. But if it doesn't really, I don't think John Wick necessarily will next week either, because that's a rated R movie. Like, the audience is different then. Aladdin probably would be the next film, and it easily could be past it. in the next 2 weeks at the rate it's going.
Yeah.
It's so popular internationally.
A lot of repeat. People are watching it multiple times, which is what you need for something like that.
I also think that with Avatar, I'd say 50% of the people who came out of it thought, man, that was pretty to look at, but it was kind of fucking stupid. Yeah. Whereas this one, just doing a poll of this room, around 75% of people like it. So it has a good chance of.
And I would say nationally, like 95% of people.
Being a dumb teen when Avatar came out, I can tell you, I feel like the response was better than you think it was.
Well, but
Avatar's fucking Dances with Wolves. I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, yeah, I want to fucking see that again.
Yeah, I was not like that. There was
the other news that came out of Avengers was they cast a fairly big person. What's her name?
13 Reasons Why.
Catherine Langdon.
Yep.
Catherine
Langford or something.
Yeah, girl out of 13 Reasons Why. If you've seen the movie and you're like, I don't remember seeing her, that's because she got completely cut out of it.
Yep.
She was supposed to play an older version of Morgan Stark.
Apparently, when
Tony
Stark snapped, they were going to go the Soul Stone world
Just
like they did with Thanos.
Yeah.
And he was going to see his daughter, who was going to say, hey, it's okay, you did this. Seems like they cut that out and kind of went with Gwyneth Paltrow kind of telling him it's okay as he was dying. I think that was kind of the sub-scene.
That was a better decision.
Yeah, probably.
Nobody had really known who she was cast at, and I personally was really worried that she was Kate Bishop. I'm glad she was not. But I do think, Christian, on our last thing, you put it out there that maybe we might be heading towards a young Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I think this could be a sign of that. Like, they've introduced time travel. They don't have a successor to Tony Stark. That might not be what they're thinking now, but they may have been thinking at one point, well, we bring his daughter back from the future, and she's, Iron Lass or whatever. I don't think they'll call her.
Well, Ironheart.
Well, I just don't think they'd call her that because of the whitewashing issues.
Yeah. They mix and match stuff like that all the time. I can see it, but I think instead of putting in Tony Stark again, I think they should do Doctor Doom and make him like an evil Tony Stark. That's kind of that would be the better way to go forward, I think. But we'll see.
Yep.
Next is a trailer that got some love on the internet. Sonic the Hedgehog. They've gotten every single thing wrong.
Yes.
Not one thing right.
I mean, I'm kind of on board with Jim Carrey.
I was about to say. That's the only thing that I was also like, yeah, okay. He's kind of on the right track.
It was like back to Ace Ventura, Jim Carrey. And I was kind of excited to see that.
I'll tell you this, I do kind of feel bad for these guys.
100%.
The people who designed this probably worked harder on it than I've ever worked on anything in my entire fucking life. And have the whole world unite to say that it fucking sucks. Just has to be a bummer.
Well, it also sucks to them because the director's like, hey, we're going to change it. In 6 months. Like, they're going to be under the crunch.
They're probably not going to get paid more money either.
Yeah, they're probably going to pull like 100-hour weeks. Like, they're going to hate their fucking
I don't feel overly bad. Do a better job.
Here's
the legs and the teeth. Like, what are they thinking?
Here's what I felt like it looked like. If there was a Seth Rogen movie where he was super into like 16-bit gaming and he got super high and he hallucinated that Sonic was giving him life advice about how to get his shit together and Norm Macdonald was doing the voice. Like, that shit would be dope. I mean, that's the funniest part of that fucking movie. Because that's the kind of design this looks like. It looks like almost in purpose in the Uncanny Valley.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that most people have pointed out is that he had very human teeth.
Yeah.
Which was very off-putting.
Poor James Marsden. Yeah. The guy just can't get a hit. Yeah. He's had that movie with him and the rabbit and Russell Brand. It's the same movie.
It is the exact same movie. Again, I at this point, I'm wondering if he's just not good at picking projects. Maybe he's got a bad agent.
Maybe he just likes money.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But no, this movie looks... I'm still going to see it.
I do think it's funny that they're completely bending to the will of social media.
Right.
And like the trailer came out and within 3 days they're like, hey, we're changing everything. That doesn't happen a lot.
The guy who's directing the movie has won an Academy Award for special effects. So you're like, you would think he would get it better the first time. Yeah. But
Sonic, he looks like a crackhead. Or like a mushroom hallucinogen. You're right. That's 100% right.
What did you guys think of the use of like the sound effects and the rings and stuff like that?
How are they using the rings? I'm confused about that.
They're like teleportation
devices. It's kind of what it looks like.
It's weird. I was kind of down with the
There's
the
no
sound
precedent
effects.
for that, is there?
No, I'm not aware of one.
It actually just seems like they're like, hey man, you know how the pipes are in Mario? Let's do
100%. Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to remake the Mario Brothers movie, which everyone hates also.
I actually
disagree.
quite like that movie.
I love that
Why are we
movie.
so similar?
Yeah.
I
What did you guys?
will
Okay,
not
one more
watch that.
question. Do you guys think that there are two Robotniks, or there's like an Eggman and a Robotnik, or like does he go there and go crazy? That had me curious in the trailer. 'Cause
I think maybe going between worlds maybe changes your appearance and
Could
how
be.
you are a little
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
isn't it? I mean, because it's like I thought it could be two characters in that Eggman is and Robotnik, like one is the Japanese name and one's the American name, and I kind of thought if they had two different people, but that's the one thing I was like no, and then I was like, oh, maybe I do want to see this.
That's a very strange thing to invest your money in, but yeah.
This is the first time I've thought this since becoming involved in this, where I've watched the trailer. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm going to have to watch it.
That's what we think often.
Yeah.
Can we get to a good trailer?
Yeah, and wrapping up is today, actually, right off the press, is Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out, which I really, really liked.
Very
I
spoilery.
also liked it really a lot.
Yeah, very spoilery. If you haven't watched Endgame, don't watch it.
mean,
And if you don't want to know the entire movie of Spider-Man Far From Home, don't watch it.
There's a Tom Holland caveat at the beginning
Yeah.
telling you don't watch it if you haven't seen
Right.
In his
Endgame.
British voice, which I just fucking love.
Yeah, it's
I
terrible.
just fucking love.
I don't like it at all.
It seems like it's the fake voice.
Absolutely it does.
What I love about the spoiler warning at the beginning is literally 10 seconds into the trailer, it tells you Tony Stark is dead.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's like spoilers, and you don't really, like, if you're someone like me who has slow reaction time, you don't even have time to stop it.
Oh, yeah. If you're not computer savvy,
Right.
you're fucked. Because
Right.
it's right off the top.
Happy seems to have a bigger role in this than I thought he was going
Which I'm
to.
okay with.
Yeah.
When does Jon Favreau have time? That dude is like the Rock of directing and
That's true.
producing.
That's true.
And, and he's doing that whole Star Wars thing now. Yeah, he's a
That is
showrunner.
Yeah,
good
I
point,
think. I think he's going to be in this much more than Homecoming for sure.
I mean, it definitely looks like, and it looks like he's getting better parts in this. Like, his
Yeah.
lines in this were funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you get? So the big thing of this, I mean, we'll spoil it. Is they talk about how Mysterio, Quentin Beck is from another Earth, is what Nick Fury says. So like they're introducing the multiverse. But I know you guys think different on that.
Correct.
I do.
I think I'm kind of with them
Yeah.
that it's probably a con job, but I also think that doesn't necessarily mean there isn't an awareness of a multiverse.
I think this is the way
It
they
isn't also
introduce the
multiverse.
multiverse, but still make it fake. So they introduce it as a thing that's happening, but I think you guys are probably right. He's probably not from another Earth.
The Spider-Man from that Earth comes and stops the Mysterio on this Earth. There's two Tom Hollands.
Well, it would be great if he was from like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Oh, that would be awesome.
He's from the Spider-Man 4 that never happened.
That would be cool.
That would be
like
dope.
that.
Even better because Jake Gyllenhaal was supposed to be
Right.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love it that they got to the concept of a multiverse before DC, when that's literally DC's whole fucking thing is they're a multiverse, so that's pretty fun.
I don't know if mainstream people are going to be able to wrap their head around this.
Well,
I'm kind of having trouble with it,
That's
to be
kind
honest.
of also why I think it's a con.
Yeah,
See,
it's off-putting.
And
I always think, though, people, when you say things like that, you're thinking of this person that doesn't exist. Like, everybody understands that Mr. Spock with the mustache is no, I'm sorry, Captain Kirk with the mustache is evil. You know what I'm saying? Like the concept of alternate realities was shit they sold to children in the 60s when people were even dumber than they are now.
I don't know. I think dumb fucking 12-year-olds with smartphones are not going to be able to wrap their head around a multiverse, but I could be wrong.
I mean, I can remember when the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man came out. Like, people couldn't wrap their head around the fact that this wasn't the same Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And now nobody doesn't talk about reboots all the time.
That's true.
You just got to introduce it into the...
that's also not true. It just depends on your generation and amount of involvement.
Maybe.
I think they're more desensitized to it.
Sure. There's definitely people who have no idea, like, what do you mean there's different Spider-Man?
Right.
There was one Spider-Man. He did the dancing.
Do you guys think that's Sandman, Molten Man, Hydra Man, and it looks like there's a third? And I thought it was supposed to be Sandman.
Hydra
but he
Man?
looks-
I've heard that it's someone besides Sandman, but I can't think of who it is now.
It would be a shame if it was Sandman.
I hear they're calling them elementals too. They're not calling them.
Yeah.
I think, but they are. That's what they're going to be. Hydra Man, Sandman. But I don't think they're going to call them
Again, I don't think any of them are fucking real, so I don't care what
agree
we
with
call
that.
them.
Yeah.
The Samuel L. Jackson line was the best line in the trailer.
Bitch, you've been to space.
Bitch, you've been to space.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I agree. I don't like. I mean, they're not talking about the 5-year gap. Do you think you're just going to ignore that?
No, I think it'll
they'll
be
have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I just think it was a lot to get into in the trailer.
So, do you think all of Spider-Man's friends got snapped? Is that's the only way they?
That's
can
what they
explain?
said.
Okay.
We agree. It's a cop out, but it's the same thing as like the 6 original Avengers.
I think I would love it if it was something like that, because infrastructure broke down during the 5 years.
No school.
There was no school, so Flash was the only one who was left, and he just hadn't grown any.
That's
that would
hilarious.
be fucking
Yeah.
funny.
That
I
would
really
be
like
great.
that kid.
Yeah.
I think he's great for that part.
He's so good.
Yeah, that line where he's like happy. Oh, you work for Spider-Man? No, I work with Spider-Man.
He's just like it's. I feel like it's so rare to actually well encapsulate the high school asshole without like over exaggerating it, and I feel like he's just right.
And man, this looks like the exact right movie to have after Endgame.
It does.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
does,
And
Better than Ant-Man and Wasp.
very soon. Yeah, right. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I like getting Nick Fury back into him. He's been sidelined for way too long.
And Maria Hill.
And Maria Hill. I like Colby Smolder.
I do too.
I like her a lot.
Yeah, bring her back. I think it's going to be good.
She
I'm going
needs
out on
work.
a limb.
I definitely prefer her as Maria Hill than I do Robin Scherbatsky because I don't like the character.
I know you're big on
See,
Homecoming,
that's funny.
right?
I don't like that show, and I only like her. You know?
I'm not a big Homecoming guy, but I think this will
her
be better.
face. I like the way it's arranged.
You care a lot about
See,
that.
I do.
I like Homecoming. The thing I'll say about Homecoming is this. I do want to murder all of the supporting cast. Like, all of his teenage friends just drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked the movie.
I'm a big fan of Homecoming.
Vulture's great. I mean, it's not a bad movie.
The Vulture is, like, the best Marvel villain.
Yeah. He's definitely one of the top. I would say it's better than the average, but it's not one of my top 5.
Oh, it's like one of my top 3.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it
Easily
there.
top 10 for me.
Yeah, I would say it's in my top 10. But
10?
That's not saying
that's
much.
fucking
I
half
put
of them.
I put it like 8 through 10.
I'm like, we'll have to actually sit down and rank them.
We
but
should
you guys,
do that
when you
one
start,
time.
When you start talking about them, like all 4 Avengers movies plus the 3 Cap movies, they're the like cream of the crop.
No,
Endgame's
a big piece of shit.
Here's what I think might be the difference on this. I bet you Nips and Christian might have been some sort of mathlete in high school, whereas me and you were both dirtbags.
Good point. Good point. We weren't on the debate team like they were.
Right.
I was neither of those things. Thank you very much.
Band's close enough to debate.
There we go.
It might be worse because it's kind of the same level of geekdom without any actual intellect.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Go ahead, Joseph. Close us out.
Sure. Well, thank you guys for listening. We are going to be coming at you later this week in anticipation of Detective Pikachu. We're going to come up with some other Pokemon-related, Pokemon-infused film pitches.
It sounds so great when you say it.
Doesn't it? That we'd like to see. We just think it would be interesting to see in the future. So join us a little later this week for that. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with us, you can reach us at realphonies@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter at realphonies and on Instagram at real_phonies. Thanks to Zach Evans for art and Brian Velasquez for our theme. We'll see you guys later this week.
Later. Cool.